Hey everyone, it's Andy here. Just going to give a quick update on some recent developments around the new $300 unemployment stimulus and extensions to the PUA program. Congress is in the final stages of agreeing to this bill, and I'm assuming that it'll pass sometime this week. So, just to recap, the Congress has been going back and forth on a COVID relief bill. There's been several variations over the last few weeks, but what they finally reached on agreement on is a $900 billion bill. They've essentially got two bills. They have the unemployment, extra stimulus check, all that kind of stuff in one bill. The two areas where Democrats and Republicans couldn't agree, which is around state liability and state funding, they've moved that to another bill. So this new $900 billion stimulus plan called the Bipartisan COVID-19 Emergency Act of 2020, I think will pass this week. And it does contain some provisions for unemployment benefits and also stimulus checks. But for unemployment benefits specifically, it contains a new $300 supplementary payment. The term is 12 weeks. That's still not finalized, but around 12 weeks, which is going to take them to the end of March. Because the assumption that this extra payment on top of regular unemployment will sort of work like the lost wages assistance program or FPUC, and that it'll take them through end of March, and at that point, the Biden administration should have their own version or their own stimulus package, which they may pass to provide additional benefits through the rest of 2021. But this new $300 payment will be for 12 weeks. It'll probably start from January 1st to end of March. I heard it's not being paid retroactively into 2020, which is disappointing because some earlier reports did have it starting back in December. But this will be for 12 weeks. Hopefully, the states will be able to roll this out fast. There will be some states that struggle. That's always the case, but hopefully, it'll be rolled out. And even if it pays later on in January, it'll still be retroactive to the beginning of the program, which should be January 4th. The good news also is that there will be additional extensions for PUA and PEUC, Pandemic Unemployment Assistance and Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensations. These are programs that extend existing state benefits for freelancers, gig workers. That's the PUA, and then PEUC is those who already have exhausted their existing state unemployment. They can get an extra 13 weeks. What I don't know is how many extra weeks they'll extend it, and potentially if you have a balance at the end of December, will that carry over, and will you potentially get eligibility for additional weeks? Or if you've used up your balance, will you get more weeks in 2021? We'll need to see the final bill and Department of Labor guidelines, and I'll obviously publish those updates as soon as they become officially available. And I'll have some links on some of these updates in more detail below. The last one, which I think I mentioned, is retroactive payments. Unfortunately, it does look like retroactive payments will only be retroactive to when this new extension starts, which is January 1st. It won't be back to the middle of September when the Lost Wages Assistance Program expired. So those are the quick updates here. I think the other big one was how will this be paid? This will be paid by state unemployment agencies. It'll have guidelines from the Department of Labor like we had previously, and it'll be paid like that. My hope is that it shouldn't be a lot of updates to their systems and they can just pay this out. If they do have special rules attached to these payments or they've changed them, they will have to roll out a new program, which will mean you may have to reapply or you'll be notified again to go and certify again. So just be aware of that. The biggest challenge is though that if they have to go and update systems, it could take several weeks for these payments to be done. So I'm hoping it stays close to the LWA, which is the last supplementary benefit, and that'll be paid out. And to be clear, the 300 is supplementary on top of any existing unemployment benefits. The LWA had a minimum threshold of $100. I'm not sure if it'll have it for this new payment. We'll have to wait and see what the final agreement was. But I'm hoping that it can cover as many Americans as possible. And again, if PUA and PEUC are extended, I think a number of almost 12 million Americans are benefiting from these programs. I'm pretty sure they'll add additional weeks because a lot of people have exhausted their benefits in 2020. So I think they'll add additional weeks. But we'll see how this finally pays out. We should know by the end of this week, or at least early next week, around formal details around the new unemployment benefits, and I will post updates. If you like what you heard here, you want to get more updates, please hit the like button and subscribe to keep getting more updates. I'll also include some more links at the bottom of this video so you can see more information. Thanks. Bye.